Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, love, hear the wind blow, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew, angels in heaven know I love you.
Well, hello, everybody. Hey, it's the weekend, babies. Hope everybody's doing good on this beautiful Saturday, right? Beautiful Saturday today. So we're gonna want to do a quick one. Well, you know when I say a quick one, it usually ends up being like 20 minutes, but we'll see. So I wanted to just real quick, guys. I hate revisiting topics, but again, in this case, what's the saying? You have to go back in order to get forward, right? Right. All right. So I was thinking about this. Is it possible for Dylan to go to a hotel room where Bethany is already staying at? All right. Now, there's a couple things we have to overlook. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you a couple things, all right? We have to overlook certain pieces of information here in order to make it fit if you want to do that, but all right. Then we'll see what we can conclude with. All right. Hang on. All right. So the first thing I want to look at again with these it's going to start with the messaging, okay? Now I know you guys have seen this, but this is where we got to start with this, right? So we have to overlook one. So the first thing we got to overlook here, come to my room, run down here. The last message in that sequence, 424, all right? Now we have to play in the mud and assume that Bethany is talking about a hotel room. That's the first thing you got to stretch. Come to my room, run down here. Now, it doesn't make any sense, right? The way it's written, if she's in a hotel room, she would say something like, come down to my room, I'm in the hotel, come to my hotel room, run down to my hotel room, assuming Dylan knows she's staying in a hotel and what room she's in, right? Or you could say she already assumes, where she knows where Bethany is, she's in a hotel, right? So you have to, that's a stretch. Come to my room, run down here. Okay, 424. All right? Next thing I want to look at, 427, right? She makes an outgoing call. Doesn't say to who. Does not say to who. Now, however, you could use this to say, if you want to play in the mud about the hotel, that she's calling somebody to get a ride. Doesn't say who she's calling, right? Right? There's no, everything else, Ethan, all the roommates, whatever. This one doesn't have anybody. Okay, so you can maybe think that she's calling for a ride to the hotel room at 427. All right, keep that in mind. All right, the next one we're looking at is 4:32:57 a.m. The prime texts Kaylee, please answer, right? After Bethany just calls her twice in a succession of a minute, right? Same with calling Maddie in a succession 2 times in a minute. Stupid. But whatever, guys. All right. Yeah. 4:32. Keep that in mind. 4:32. That's the last text we get from the prime until the morning. I'll show you. Not till the morning. Later on. I'll show you. 4:32. All right. She texts Kaylee, please answer. Now, at this point, you can think to yourself, she may have gotten picked up. That would be the window. That would be the window of opportunity. After 4:32:57 a.m., the last text in this sequence, she may get picked up. Okay? She may get picked up. All right, this is the next piece we have to go. Now, this is the judge talking. This is his order in the text messages, right? This is the judge. So right, she's up, right? We know this. She's up between 5 a.m. and 6:30. She doesn't sleep. There's no sleeping, which was a lie, remember? Lie. Unless law enforcement already knew that. But whatever. She's up. 5 to 6:30, no sleeping. No sleeping. Okay, no sleeping. So, okay. So, now watch. Okay. So, here's the window. 4:32 to 5 a.m. This is the window where Dylan, if we're playing in the motel hell theory here, guys, all right? Motel hell theory. This window there's time enough for her to get picked up, right? Picked up in this window, 28 minutes to get picked up and then taken to the hotel room. Because the hotels aren't that far from their residence. So that's possible. That's the window, though. That's the window. Because there's activity going on further from 5 to 6:30. There's a little gap. There's a little gap in here. From Dylan, not Bethany. From Dylan. So she could have got picked up. Now, guys, if you want to play in this mud, this is what you're going to have to do. All right, 4:32 to 5. That's the window. She gets picked up, 28-minute window. Goes to hotel. All right. Now, from 5 a.m. on, she's in the hotel. That's the only way this is going to work. 5 a.m. on, she's in the hotel. All right, let's continue. I want to show you some. So we'll go on. We'll go on. 5 a.m. This is the only chance. 5 a.m. She's in the hotel by 5 a.m. in the morning, where Bethany is. All right. Wait, one more thing. This is now again from the judge. Well, okay, what was she doing between 5 and 6:30? This is what she's doing. She's editing, creating, and deleting images and videos. Okay. Her phone activity then stops at 8:05 a.m. 8:05 a.m. That's when her phone activity stops. Okay. So now this is from the defense, their more complete picture of the texting and messaging. So Dylan, her phone activity is stopped at 8:05. Bethany takes over from 7:30 a.m. on. This is where we see the flurry of activity to her parents, right? You guys know this. You've seen this a million times. From 7:30 on, she's spamming, calling, texting, whatever she's doing, she's spamming her parents. Now, if she's in a hotel room, first question you have to ask yourself is, why is she spam calling her parents? If she's not in the house. She doesn't know what's in the house, if that's true, right? But why would she be doing this? Unless, right, Dylan knows what happened in the house and has already informed her at some point when she got there after 5 a.m. Why Bethany doesn't start spamming people at 5, I don't know. Okay, but I don't know. But anyway, this is what we see, though. This is where all the spamming comes in. You know this. She starts calling her dad, calls another number we don't know about, calls her home number, calls her mom, and then her dad, finally calls her back at 8:09. At this point, if the prime did fall, maybe the prime did fall asleep for an hour. I don't know. We don't know. She may have. It's irrelevant at this point. But she's awake or her phone is charged enough. I don't know. But at 8:05 again, her activity starts up again. At 8:05, all right? Okay, so at this point, though, they're in a hotel room, right, guys? They're in a hotel. So, yeah, that continues, that continues, that continues. All the texting, all the messaging, all the Instagram, all the Indeed, all that nonsense we already know about, right? Where they just can't call 911. That's all. They just don't know how to dial, right? That's the only fucking number or fucking social media thing or whatever. They just are 911 brain dead, right? So are they in a hotel, both of them, from 5 a.m. on? That's the question, and that's the only window, right? That's the only window of opportunity occurs between 4:32 to 5. That's the only window of opportunity here. 4:32 to 5 a.m. 28-minute gap where Dylan can leave and join up with Bethany in a hotel. Now remember, though, the first stretch in this was run, come to my room, run down here. You have to just assume the Hobbit was talking about a hotel room. Can you make that leap? Can you make that leap is the question. You have to ignore that the sentences there. You have to ignore it and just say, well, she meant the hotel room. That's a stretch. That's the mud, right, guys? So, all right. What's the whole point of this here? So, I wanted to revisit the hotel theory. Is it possible? Yeah. But again, how many leaps do you want to make? You have to assume, again, Bethany's talking about a hotel room. Then you have to ask yourself, why starting at 7:30? Then you have to ask yourself, if Bethany wasn't there, why is she all of a sudden now spam calling her folks? 7:30 on. If she wasn't in the house and doesn't know what happened. The only way around that is when Dylan got to the hotel room, she informed Bethany probably of what happened or what she saw. She didn't say she participated in it, okay? I guarantee that. But she's the prime, remember? So if this hotel thing is real, she would get to a hotel sometime, between 28 minutes. She gets to the hotel. 5 a.m. she's in the hotel. She tells Bethany what happened. Bethany is not. Do you think the Hobbit is going to start spam calling her parents based on the fact that Dylan said, "Hey, I saw some weird guy in the house. I don't know who he was," and that's it? No. Okay, so anyway, it's all stupid, guys. I'm not. It's all ridiculous. All right, but this is the only way it works. But then you got to ask yourself, why is Bethany again spam calling her parents 7:30 on? Her dad does finally call her back at 8:09. We have no idea what that conversation is about. Again, nobody's calling 911. Her parents aren't calling 911. Nobody's fucking calling 911. We already know that, right? This is why it's ridiculous. That's why both of these are suspects, especially the prime. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to revisit that and see what you guys had any other thoughts about it. I, again, personally don't think I personally do not think Dylan was in a hotel room. I don't think Bethany was in a hotel room unless they go, no, that won't work either. So again, they're not in a hotel, in my opinion, guys. Theory, speculation, right? They are not in a hotel room. Why then would BF be freaking out this much and spam calling her folks? It doesn't make any sense. If she's not in the house and doesn't know anything except what Dylan told her, and we don't know what Dylan told her, if she did go down to the hotel where Bethany was staying at, we don't know what she told her. She could have just said, I don't know, I can't get a hold of the roommates. I saw some weird guy leave the house. She could have just said that. But I'm kind of nervous because nobody's picking up. But the Prime knows what happened. The Prime participated along with her good old associates. All right, Batchetti boys. We're gonna call them the Batchetti boys, the frat boys, the Batchetti boys. That's what we're gonna call them from now on. Fucking Batchetti boys. All right, that was a quick one while he was away, while nobody was away, while the spirit guides were away. No, I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to revisit Hotel Hell. All right, bye-bye. Love you. Bye-bye. Hey, we're going to talk more in a little while. We're going to talk more in a little while, and there's some other things I'm cooking up in this little brain. All right, bye-bye. Love you. Hey, I love my garden. We keep going, babies. We keep growing, and we keep going. All right. Not gower, not grower. Bye-bye.